in here. We're back in this bitch. What's good, fam? Why are you always doing me like that? Like you don't love me or something.
I do love you so much.
She don't love me, y'all.
You told me before the podcast, before we started recording, that you weren't even talking to me.
When?
Literally 2 minutes before I hit record, you was like, you know what? I'm not talking to you. And then I was like, that's going to be hard to do. We're about to record a podcast.
Today?
Girl, let's get it popping. Hello, welcome to Wifey and Wifey Podcast Incorporated.
What?
You know my fucking name.
Apparently I told her I wasn't talking to y'all. Hey, y'all, I don't remember. Do y'all ever tell y'all wife stuff y'all don't remember? Leave it down in the comment section. Because I say stuff to her all the time, supposedly. And I say supposedly because I have not been proven guilty in a court of law. Supposedly. Because, like, I don't never remember. Like, she be telling me, like, you just told me this. And I'm like, no, I didn't. She be like, yes, you did. It was 4 minutes ago. She be so specific, too. Like, I don't know what she talking about, though, because I didn't say it.
This is why we're actually recording the podcast, so I can get some of this shit recorded. On tape. Proof. Because this went literally... Anyways, let me...
I don't know what she's talking about. Wait, I'm not ready. Okay. She's trying to start the podcast, y'all.
Just I'm trying to be done with your ass.
She's so mad. Look at her.
I'm trying to be done with your ass.
But
I know you don't even remember. I can tell by the look on your face. You look so confused. Like, why would I say I'm not talking to you before a podcast? That's what I asked you, and you just looked at me like...
Can you tell me why? What was the mitigating circumstances? What'd you do to me?
I don't fucking know. I think it was something.
But obviously she did something to me, y'all.
Obviously wasn't that important, or else she would remember it.
I have a terrible memory, and the fact that she's acting like this don't happen all the time, it could be super important, and I wouldn't remember. You know how long it took me to take my work mom her birthday present last year? A month. And Donica ended up giving it to her because I couldn't remember it. No matter what. Like, I have a terrible memory. She's not going to treat me like this, y'all. Anyway, welcome back to the channel. We better get into another podcast today. Y'all already know what's going on around here.
We have a podcast.
Same day, different podcast. You know what I'm talking about? Shorty's still over there. She got the blanket. She got the sippy cup with the apple juice in it. Fam not going to sleep, though.
So she in here with us.
She said she gonna watch us. You gonna watch us? She shook her head, yes. Fam said she gonna watch us.
So, yeah.
We can't put her on camera. Foster kids. It's against the law. All right. We back at it. We better hit this record button. Y'all about to hear some fire content. Like, comment, subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe. I ain't tell y'all that last video. Did I tell them that last video? Like, comment, subscribe. What's up, fam? Welcome back to another fantastic, fanciful day with Wifey and Wifey. I am Wavy. I got a do-rag on. Don't worry about that. Hey, babe. What's your name? Who are you?
Hey, party people. It's me, Tuesday. Welcome to Wifey and Wifey. This is a podcast where me and my wife act an absolute fool. Remember to follow along with us on YouTube. We've already been talking to the gang over there. It was a dumpster fire. Your tummy hurts? I'm sorry.
We have a guest in the studio today.
Yes.
Got Shorty, Young Savage, in the studio with us today, all right? Young Savage say her tummy hurt. Her tummy hurt. Which means she boo-boos in the potty.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting, crazy show. As the last one was. If you didn't check that one out, you should definitely do that. Why are you listening to this one? Go do that one. You want to go boo-boo?
My stomach probably do hurt. It's kind of stunk in there when I was in the room. Come on, let's go to the bottom. You gotta leave your juice though. You can't take it in the bathroom.
Yeah, we talked about this.
Go boo boo. It'll be right there when you get back, okay? Here, put it on the table. Young Savage gotta go boo boo, y'all. We'll be back. We have a couple interesting topics for you guys today. We also have a guest in the studio. You might hear her talking. That's Young Savage.
Yeah, on the mic.
She ain't on the mic. She's eating applesauce.
Yeah.
That's neither here nor there. So today, I don't even remember what the topics are because I'm trash. But she'll remember because she has a great memory. Let's have Tuesday tell us about it.
We are going to be talking about what's the most important thing to ask someone on a first date or first interaction. And the second one, because I am so energized, I can tell you because I remember, it would be thus henceforth.
She don't remember.
Okay, so here's what it is. It's advice we would give to a new couple in the beginning of their relationship.
She remembered, y'all. As soon as I said,
I remember.
As soon as I said she didn't remember, she remembered the shit.
I have to prove her wrong. That's part of being married.
Oh man.
Anyways, yeah.
How you doing right now, baby?
I'm pretty good. I'm up past my bedtime. I've been working 3 a.m. to noon shift, so it's currently close to 10 o'clock at night. So technically, I'm supposed to be up, like getting ready for work in like 4 hours. Whether or not that happens, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. How are you?
They might see us at work tomorrow.
They probably won't though.
They might not. They done made us mad anyway, so whatever.
Yeah. Shout out to my job.
I'm doing pretty good. I do have a migraine, guys, but I'm glad to be here with you today. I mean, other than that, I'm pretty much chilling, enjoying, loving life.
That's good.
Glad to be here with you guys, talking to you guys on another episode, you know what I'm saying? Because I do this for you. I do this for you guys.
Oh, God.
For sure.
Yeah, Young Savage wants you to know that she's enjoying her applesauce. And with that, I think we should.
But it's strawberry, though. She thought that was important, too.
It is strawberry.
But it's cool, though. So we're going to talk to her for a second, take a quick break, guys, and we will be back with you guys on the mic here shortly. Is your applesauce good? Is it good? Does it taste like strawberries? Yeah. Do y'all kids just be running their mouth for no reason? Because she'll tell me the same thing 12 times about the same thing. Whether I acknowledge it or not. It's strawberry. It's good. It's apples. We get it. It's Mott's. It's Mott's strawberry applesauce is what she's eating, guys. And,
girl, they don't sponsor us.
Oh, dang. This is YouTube. I was just telling them. She really likes it. So, I mean, I was just trying to recommend it to the people.
I mean, I would recommend it if you got little kids.
If you got little kids, they might like it. If y'all been trying to, figure out how you can get them to eat applesauce and not have it all over your house.
Maybe you're a big kid. It do look good.
We figured that out.
I would try one, but it don't have no sugar in it. So, I already know it's not really that great.
Baby, what?
He do look good, I'm saying. But
this from the woman that drinks soda with aspartame in it.
That's
disgusting.
Come on.
It's disgusting.
Come on. I'm already through with y'all.
Do y'all drink diet sodas? Tell me in the comments if y'all drink diet sodas.
This podcast
because me personally, I feel like that aspartame taste is disgusting.
Welcome back. Anyways, welcome back. Back on the mic.
You don't never ask the people to leave you nothing in the comments down below.
Do your wife be getting on your nerves sometimes? Leave it down in the comments below.
That's cool. That's what's up. That's cool.
I love you so much.
She love me.
You're the light of my life.
And later on, she gonna be beating on me in the bedroom, taking the covers
from
me.
Man.
But I get on her nerves. It's cool though. We gonna go back to the episode, back with another banger. You know what I'm talking about? Let's do it. That's not what I need to press. It's over here.
It's way over here, baby.
And we are back. And let's remind people what we talking about today. I'm going to tell them. I'm going to remember.
You remember?
We are talking about advice from when you're newly in a relationship, as well as one more thing. Shit, forgot. Now I forgot again. We talking about something else.
The most important thing to ask someone on the first date.
Oh, I think I don't remember that because I don't know the answer.
Well, we did briefly speak about it, and your thing was like, by the time you get to a first date, you've already had some type of interaction with someone.
And that's just from being where we are at this point with dating. You know what I mean? Like, you probably met them on Tinder or Bumble or Hinge, or for rich people, that Raya dating site that rich people get to use because they famous or whatever.
I mean, shit, Instagram, people
or Instagram DMs,
flying across the country
or,
for TikTok crushes.
Whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
So in my mind, like, what are you asking somebody on a first date that you feel like's so important that you haven't talked to them in 2 weeks about when you've been going back and forth with them?
Yeah, and I think that's a fair assessment. I would just think what's important in those first interactions, either to ask someone what's a deal breaker or a red flag for you.
I don't know what. I mean, that's not true. I am one of those people. I don't want to know like your whole past, like what you did, all the details. Mm-hmm. But I think I'd like to have a brief overview of like who somebody was in previous relationships. Like, I kind of read this thing and it was basically like a post, and somebody had posted about how they want the next person that they with to be able to love them like through past traumas or whatever. And then somebody else posted underneath it and was like, I would hope that the person I'm gonna be with has healed themselves from past traumas or some butthole asshole shit. But for me, it's like, I just want to know, that way I know what I'm getting into. Or, maybe there's something about who you are that you've kind of been hiding, but kind of in the pattern of past relationships, I can see it. Yeah. And kind of like see if this is something I really want to be a part of.
Oh, definitely.
But I think for me, that's really it. I don't know if there's any specific question that I feel like is uber important for me to ask you. But I mean, that's just me.
Yeah. I've either heard or read that asking about someone's past relationships is important. It's like one of those really awkward first date, first meeting type of things that people don't really want to do. But I think it's important because it tells you a lot of someone's mental space. For one, people who always frame everyone else to be at fault, they're never the ones to blame. That's a red flag. They're probably a psychopath, and you should probably run. If every interaction they've ever had with anyone ends up with them being a victim, that's not realistic. It's not real. The other thing would be, and I have ignored this red flag before, it's when you ask somebody about their ex and they don't stop talking about their ex. And I'll say that was my fault anyways, because I knew she was going to do it. I was friends with her ex. So trash of me to even try. But yeah, I asked her about her ex one time, and for a week and a half, she talked nonstop about this other chick. She was not ready to move on. She was still really stuck on her, and that was a super red flag. It didn't get annoying until I realized I didn't actually want to sleep with her, so it was over. But a really good question I would think to cover is just the basics. You want to ask about their relationship. You want to ask and be upfront with what you want from a relationship, from your future. I think a lot of people are kind of either short-sighted or they really are too eager to please the other person and they forget about themselves.
You know what? That's very true. I will agree with that. I think it's less important. asking questions. Not saying that you shouldn't want to get to know somebody and you shouldn't want to know things about them. But I feel like the most important thing when you're entering into a new situation with somebody is to make your intentions known. Because if you know what they want, but it doesn't match up with what you want, then why are we still here? You know what I mean? Why are we even still here? Because, I mean, some people kind of feel like getting into past relationships is like for when you're in a relationship with somebody. Like,
why you want to talk about an ex?
Yeah,
they
you
are
know
ex
what
for
I
a
mean?
reason.
I mean, and I can hear people in my ear right now like, why would you think to like want to know about somebody's past traumas and da 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 da? Like, cause I want to know about your past traumas, like, and that's not even on me talking on nothing like crazy. I just feel like I don't want to be a trigger, you know. I don't want to be the reason why you're triggered about something that's happened to you in your past when honestly we could avoid all that. So yeah, I mean that's how I feel. And I mean, going into a new relationship, situationship with somebody, I mean, that's even like some of the advice I would give, kind of getting into the next little section of this, like, just, I would tell people to know your partner's triggers, know what can get to them, and if you don't know, try to learn. You know, be open to learning what may trigger your partner and what may cause them to be upset. And also, don't go into a relationship or anything like closed-minded. Always be open to communication and different ways of getting stuff done, because the way that you did stuff in the past may not work in this relationship.
Definitely.
And if it's your first relationship, don't go into it with expectations of how stuff is going to go, because it's not going to go like that.
Yeah.
Get over it. It's not going to go like that. I promise you. You're going to be sorely disappointed, because that's not real life. Relationships are not a cakewalk. And I'm not saying that your relationship should be hard, that it should always be work. Like, I am not saying that at all. What I am telling you is that when two people come together, two opposing people, personalities, like forces, as it will, come together, there has to be some compromise, some change. And there's no way to get there unless you kind of work at it.
Yeah.
And, you know, I would hate to say go through some things, but you're going to have to go through some things. Like,
yeah.
And, you know, y'all may step on each other's toes and some arguments may come up, but communicate and be willing to adapt to each other, because not everything works for everybody.
Yeah, I think definitely those beginning stages of relationship are super important, because the foundation you lay in the beginning is really going to determine, it's going to make or break your relationship. Whether y'all, even if you don't start off perfect, if you're trying, if there's effort on both parties, because you can't be in a relationship with yourself, then there's a very good chance that you guys will, you know, find happiness together or grow together, if you will. But I mean, I see a lot of people, kind of same thing as Wavy. They step into relationships with these super high expectations, especially at our age. I'm 30, Wavy is 28, about to be 29. So we're kind of at that point in life where I know what I want, and I'm not settling for anything less. Which is fine.
And nonsense.
Yeah, which is fine. I'm not gonna tell anybody, especially a black woman in this world, to say that they can't have expectations. But
where are they getting you, sis?
I mean, it's kind of one of those things. I tell a lot of our friends at the same time, you have this expectation to meet this damn near perfect man or woman, but here you come before me and you're broken. In order to find a lot of these great expectations, you have to step up to it. So, I mean, if you feel like you got it like that, then I'm not going to tell you differently. But I would still say, even going after and getting what you perceive to be perfect, it's still going to be work. And you have to either be willing to do it and make those compromises or be willing to walk away. It's just point blank, period. You don't have to be in a relationship with anybody. So if you're not actually willing to lay the foundation for something good, then what is the point?
I mean, I agree. I mean, there's a lot of, especially in a new relationship, there's a lot of learning that goes into it.
Yes, growing things for sure.
Me and Donica are completely different when it comes to communicating.
Yeah.
And it was definitely something where we had to learn each other. And I would probably say Donica probably adapted more than I did because I am such like an introvert. Mm-hmm. And when I need to process, I need time to process. Donica does not work like that whatsoever. She could just talk about it right then and there and get the whole thing out the way and be done with it. But me, if I'm like upset about something or anything like that, you're not gonna pull me out of my mood. I have to pull myself out of it. I have to think, I have to process, I have to know what I want to say and the points that I need to make and process them within first before I can talk to you about it. And that was something we had to learn about each other. Like, okay, I need to learn how to communicate what I'm feeling in that moment and the time that I need to get through it.
Yeah.
And you need to learn how to accept my processing time, and then we can talk about it after the fact. But that, of course, wasn't something that we knew as soon as we got together. What arguments were we having? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, and honestly, to be honest with the communication thing, even just kind of understanding our differences in communicating and how we just process emotions, I think it probably took me, like 2 to 3 years before I really actually got it. And not only understood it, but respected that and kind of just gave her the space that she needed in order for us to just work things out. And by that time, we was already engaged. And I mean, that's still the beginning of our relationship. If you really think about it, if we're only together for 20 years, that's very much a drop in the bucket. But a lot of people, they don't make it to the 3-year mark. They don't even make it to the point where they're willing to be vulnerable enough with someone to communicate in a way that works for them. They just kind of go with the flow until they get too mad and they just break up.
Yeah, that's true. And I mean, I think a lot of what people have a hard time with first entering into a relationship is figuring out how not to lose themselves in their relationship, in their partner. But what I want people to realize is like, that's a mental thing as much as it is like being with somebody and kind of just taking on their traits. Because when you're with somebody we've been together almost 8 years. It'll be 8 years in April, right? So we've been together almost 8 years. There are just some things that from your partner that are gonna rub off because you're with them all the time. You know what I mean?
It's to the point that people say that we talk alike, like on the phone.
And say that we have the same mannerisms. And we do probably have the same mannerisms because we've been together 8 years. And we've been together since I was 21 and Donica was 22 going on 23. So, yeah. I had just turned 21 and she was 22, 23 at the end of the year. So it's like,
it's a long time. Yeah.
We have some of the same mannerisms. Yes, we do. There's certain stuff that I did in the beginning relationship that she now does, and vice versa. But at the end of the day, I'm still me, and Donica's still Donica. You have to be strong enough in who you are at your core to not allow somebody else to shift your whole perspective on life. Mm-hmm. But that doesn't mean that you're not willing to change for your partner. And I think people see change as this terrible thing. Like, why would anybody ever want to change me? Definitely. I don't care what you say. I promise you there's something about you that needs to be changed.
Yeah.
I promise you there's something about you that needs to be changed. And you could be mad about that. Y'all could say what y'all want to say about it. Y'all could be pissed off. Y'all could cuss me out. Y'all can leave me a 1-star review. I don't care. I promise you there's something about you that needs to be changed. And you might not like it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's not going to hurt your relationship to change it. It's only going to help it.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you really are in love with somebody, like, to your core, tried and true love, you're going to want to change for them. You're going to want to be like, you know what? I see my flaw, and I see how it's hurting my relationship, and it's hurting the person that I love, so let me work on it. Definitely. I promise you that's going to be your mindset. If somebody tells you something that's hurting them and you do not want to change it, you probably shouldn't be with that person.
Yeah. I mean,
or you need to mature a little bit or something, man.
Yeah, speaking from my personal, like my anger issues, especially when we got together, I mean, I was 22, but I was still very much like an angsty teenager, mad at the world. So that was something that, you know, it wasn't an immediate issue, but eventually she got tired of that shit. And she told me a couple of times, and I knew if I didn't change, I was going to lose her. And that's the last thing I wanted, was for something that I knew was not only affecting us as a couple, but me as an individual, negatively impacting my life. Why would I hang on to that and risk losing
put your cover on,
risk losing someone I care so much about? So I mean, you know, I could have been bullheaded about it. I could have been like, nah, I was this way when she met me. And I do like playfully say that about some things, but like, come on, man, you have to really decide, like, does this person make you happy or not?
Yeah.
Are you going to be in this relationship or not? And the sooner, and I mean, honestly, you have to ask yourself that every day.
And I mean, like, and I don't mean ask it because you're not sure about your relationship or you don't know if this is the one for you. When I say you have to ask it every day, I mean, you literally have to wake up every day and say, do I want to be in this marriage, and what am I going to do today to make sure my relationship is successful?
It's working, yeah.
And it's like, that's not even a conscious thing that I do. And this is not, and I mean, we're talking about this and we're putting it out there. This is not to say that our relationship is perfect, because it is not.
Yeah.
We still have our moments where, like, somebody's not communicating and thinks the other person can read their mind and they can't. You know what I mean? And that's from both of us. But at the same time, if we have those moments, we talk it out or figure it out. We've even done things to where, like I'm not really a talker, so maybe sometimes we write in a notebook, or maybe sometimes, like, we'll just text.
Yeah.
Because I need time to get my thoughts out, and texting is easier for me. Like, and we work it out.
Yeah.
Because every day I wake up and I'm like, damn, I love this woman. I want to continue this relationship. What are we going to do today?
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
just even from the very beginning, from day one, you have to choose to be present and be there. You know, I think a lot of us, we have insecurities and what if this and what if that. But honestly, I'm to the mindset of doing the best that you can do and putting in the effort that you can. Granted, I don't want anybody to give effort to someone who doesn't appreciate it. But I mean, you just have to put your best foot forward, and what they choose to do with that is kind of their choice. So that's kind of the advice we would give to a couple in the beginning, even kind of in the middle, and kind of even at the same stage
throughout your relationship. The one other thing that I will say, specifically for couples in the beginning, because I feel like a lot of the times people think that they can fix somebody.
Oh man,
you can't fix them.
Ooh, that's a whole nother episode, baby.
I mean, we can go more in depth into it in a later episode.
You cannot fix somebody.
But I just want to make that statement that you cannot fix somebody.
Yeah. Fixing
somebody is their own thing. You can do all you can not to trigger them and to be supportive and all of that. But if you're doing everything that you can as a partner to assist them in growing, and they do not want to grow,
Yeah.
move on. And I mean,
In a hurry.
I've given this advice to so many people. I promise you that it's good advice, because all those people are no longer in those relationships, or they're in them and they're unhappy. You can't fix them. If they're not willing to put in the work, then why are you working harder than them?
Exactly.
To fix them.
Yeah.
So I mean, beginning relationship people, for sure. That would definitely be relationship advice that I want you to have, you know. But I mean, other than that, I mean, I don't know what else to tell you.
Yeah, it kind of it reminds me of the age-old question: why do fools fall in love? We asked my grandma that, and she said, "'Cause they damn fools." What do you mean? The damn fools. Like, you don't want to be the fool falling in love. Definitely know yourself, know your partner, make good choices, and just lay down a good foundation for a good relationship. Or, you know, don't, and just
be miserable. Whatever, that's your business.
Yeah. Exactly.
So yeah, to recap, you know, make sure that you're getting to know people through y'all little apps or whatever. Ask your important questions.
What's
or whatever,
important to you, yeah.
What you feel is important. And by the time you get, you know, into the real world with the people, hey, and please get into the real world with the people.
Oh, goodness. We've
please
said
don't
this, yeah.
get catfished in these streets nowadays. Anyway, once you get into the real world with people, for me, you know, I want to know the more deep stuff, the more important stuff. And, you know, as far as that new relationship advice, you heard what I had to say. And either you going to take the advice or you ain't. That's your business. And I'm not really here for it. Not my business. I'm on my business. I mind my business.
This girl's out of control.
I mind the business that minds me. That's it. So, you know, that's on me. So, you know, whatever.
Yeah, that's our advice. Just kind of do what you can do. Do the work, man. But we've kind of beat that to the pulp. Some people are still not going to understand it. That's why I keep saying it, because I know it kind of goes in one ear and out the other. We'll talk about it again, though. We love you, and even when you make bad choices, we're here for you. We're Wifey and Wifey, a podcast. Anyways, hit us up on Instagram. That's at Wifey, the letter N, Wifey. Also, once again, we post these videos on YouTube. Come hang out with us. Have some discussions. Wavy has been acting a GD for the last couple episodes. Young Savage is in the background complaining about being cold and applesauce, all that. Definitely leave reviews on Apple Podcasts anywhere that you can. Like, subscribe, comment. We appreciate all the support. We're definitely trying to grow and get consistent and just be great. Also, I do have to tell you that you can donate to us at buymeacoffee.com/wifey, the letter N, Wifey. Young Savage ran out of applesauce. We need you.
Facts, man.
We need you. As little as $1, and you can help us out to, you know, be great, like I said.
I mean, we appreciate y'all hanging with us today, riding with us. If you're on the YouTube, thanks for checking in. And we'll catch y'all later. Peace. Hey, YouTube. Save us. Save us from the applesauce monster.
You want to say bye-bye? Say bye-bye.
You gotta
She's waving.
Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Later, guys.